The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Davis.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man.
Good to be here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've you probably wouldn't know, but we've been wanting to, chop it up with you for a while, man.
Right on.
One of arguably, I guess, one of the most iconic imports for the 36ers.
Well, hey, listen, I had a fantastic time down here, but don't say that. You make me blush, man.
Now, you've originally from America.
Yeah.
But you've been in Australia for quite a while.
Half my life, man.
Wow.
Half my life, yeah.
So I guess, I only know, I came to Australia, I think, in 92.
Yep.
So you would have already been playing ball here.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a whole backstory of how you got here.
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of want to start at the very beginning. First of all, whereabouts in America you grew up, and then how you got into the whole basketball thing.
Cool. Well, originally I'm from Philly, city of brotherly love, kicking it down there. And I fortunate enough to play with a top high school basketball team down there. And that probably was the start of my career actually generating some interest for me. So I was able to get a scholarship. We had a very successful high school basketball team called West Philadelphia High School, and went on to play college basketball at St. Augustine University in Raleigh, North Carolina. And then from there, we had a fantastic season down there in the college. And I enjoyed the experience. Basketball, my passion, my love, man. And I got to a point where I was like this. I said, hey, listen, I want to do this. I want to play professionally and all the rest of it. And my first gig was in Mexico. I played in an area called Chihuahua, right? I had a little bit of time trying to brush up on my Spanish a little bit like that. But you know what? I had a fantastic time down there. We had a very successful team. We was mirrored behind the Lakers team. So we had the Lakers colors, and they had a fantastic organization. We was playing in front of 17,000 people every night. And I remember I had a very cool experience when I first went to Mexico, man, is that I remember when I first scored my first 2 points down there, right? And I didn't really understand Spanish all that well, besides the Spanish that I learned in the streets being home, but it sounds a little different when you go to another country. And I remember the commentator said, Senor Davies, 2 puntos. And I was like this, I said, hey, man, that's some real fresh stuff, man. I said, he talking about me, man? I don't think I wanted to do with just some numbers after that. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, but that was a fantastic experience. We had a successful team. We went to the championship the first year I went to Mexico. We lost to Mexico City. Then I went to New Zealand, played New Zealand in the offseason. You know, most basketball players play all year round. Went to New Zealand during the offseason, and then I ended up going from New Zealand, came to Australia, because I had a buddy of mine and all the rest of it that was playing basketball over in New Zealand. And what happened, man, it's like a blur, man, how everything kind of went, he came over here to get a coaching job with South Adelaide. A lot of people think that I came over here to play for the 36ers, which I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, so I came over here to play for South Adelaide. He got the South Adelaide gig. He had an import. He wasn't too happy with it. So when I was over in New Zealand, I told him, I said, hey, man, you know what? I heard some real cool fly stuff about Australia, man. I wanted to get over there, and I was this close, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he came over here and got the gig. He called me up. He said, yo, man, he said, listen, I got like a 4-month contract before you head back to your gig overseas. He liked this. He said, if you want it, I know you want to see Australia. You can work and see Australia at the same time, man. I liked that. I said, I'm on it. I came over here to Adelaide, and you know what? It's weird, man, because I only came over here thinking I was going to be a minute. I've been over here 30 years, dude.
It's crazy. So around what years, like, is this the 80s when you first came to Australia?
85. 85.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 85.
And then so after that, I guess that 4-month, contract that you had,
Yeah.
what sort of happened at the end of that?
So what happened while I was playing for South Adelaide, and I had a fairly successful season with South. The 36ers was looking at me and monitoring my progress with South. And then what happened? The rules are they allowed 2 imports. They had 2 imports, the 36ers. One of the imports they wasn't all that happy with, and they asked me. They said, "Would you be interested in coming out to try out for the 36ers?" Just as we were starting to taper down the end of the South Adelaide basketball season, I said, "Sure, I'm down with that." I came and they kind of liked my flow a little bit, man. So from there, everything is kind of like history. I got my first gig. Unfortunately, they cut the other import. Fortunately for me, gave me an opportunity, and then I've been here ever since, man.
And I mean, I think no matter where you're from, every kid growing up aspires to play NBA.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you would have been the same. Was there ever any conversations with any clubs, or did you ever get the feeling that could have been an opportunity?
Yes. So I was in camp with the Washington Bullets when I came out of college. So I went and stayed. I was had a little sweet little hookup and all the rest of my agent. After my senior year in college, he hooked me up with apartment. I was about 4 weeks off from getting ready for the tryouts. And so I came in as a free agent for the Washington Bullets. And I worked for a law firm there called Covington and Burling on Pennsylvania Avenue. So it was like a sweet little gig. I was like what we call a messenger. So I was like the Men in Black, kind of walking around delivering documents and stuff like that. But it was a cool gig. I learned a lot about, just the legal system and a little bit how all that worked. And it was so cool. And all the time I was preparing and training every day in between work to go into camp. And now I went into camp. Fortunately, and all the rest of it, if I probably was a little bit more prepared, I would have gave myself a better shape. But I hung around for a while, and then you always get that call in the office and say, "Hey, listen, And you know what? That's life. But at the end of the day, I wanted the ball, and it didn't matter exactly whether or not if it was. I mean, preferably, I would have loved to play in the NBA, but unfortunately, my NBA had to be overseas. Yeah, so I kind of took that approach. Yeah.
And then so mid-'80s, you've come to Australia.
Yep.
Started in the South.
Yep.
Then went to the Sixers.
Yep.
Never left the Sixers.
Never left the Sixers, man. Yeah.
So tell us about, I guess, your first, what you remember of your first season as a 36er. Did you come straight in as a starting 5 player?
Yes. So what happened was that I came in probably after, might have been about 6 or 8 games, about 6 games, I believe. And that's when they released the other import. And I came in, but, I didn't feel like it was a lot of pressure on me. I just said, hey, listen, this is what I do. I'm just going to come out here and do my thing, do what they asked me to do, man, and see how we flow from there. And my first game went pretty well, and then, you start to build a little confidence, a little bit momentum going in from game to game, and then I got into my flow with the group, and that was the most important thing. How can I come into a group that's already been established for a little while, and how can I come in there and get my flow on with them? And everything kind of fell into place, man. Yes.
And then, so do you remember the first squad that you were playing with, like the first Sixers squad?
Yep. So it was, you talking about the starting 5? Or
Yeah.
So I think it was Daryl Pierce, Mike Mackay, Peter, Peter Allied didn't start, but he was our captain then. Bill Jones, Al Green, and Dwayne Snake Nelson, and we have Ray Woods, David Spears. So all those guys, Peter Allied, so that was the first group that just came into the flow, man. And it was such a nice team sports is all about chemistry, man.
Yeah.
And it was such a, like, you know, after my first game, I kind of felt like I played with these guys for like half a season already, man. You know what I mean? And then I kind of knew something good can happen out of that. You know what I mean? Just by the flow.
And then, so where were the Sixers in terms of performance?
I think when I joined the club, I think they were split. I think they might have won 2 and lost 2 or something like that. But what got me the opportunity is that I think they felt that they was getting out rebounded in the games that they lost, and rebounding was kind of like my thing for South Adelaide, and so I think they probably did say, well, if this guy can rebound like this for South, if he can come into our program and rebound the same way, he'll fix one of our problems and stuff like that. So I came in focusing on trying to hit the boards for him, and then everything kind of worked out for me.
Because you played power forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then do you remember where the Sixers ended up at the end of your first season?
First year, we went to the grand finals.
Oh, for real? Yeah. Straight off the bat?
Straight off the bat, yeah. We went to the grand finals. We lost to Brisbane. They had the 1-game series back then. If they had a 3-game series back then, man, you know, I keep remembering that. I think we would have been in good shape, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we probably had not our best game at the worstest time of the year. Like the Crows one year, you know, when the Crows play. You know, that happened in sports, man. If it goes to a series, you're good to go, man. But you play that game at the worstest time, there's only 1 game at stake. You're in bad shape, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they went on, after that first year, they went on to a 3-game series. Which, so that first year in 85 was just 1 game, man, do or die.
That's crazy. Yeah. So then the following season, did the Sixers get back to...
Yeah, so we went back. We lost to Brisbane that first year, came back, met Brisbane again.
And but this time it was a best of 3.
Series, yeah.
And how did that roll out?
We won 2-1. That was 86.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So did you win the first, they won the second?
Yeah, we won the first. They came here to Adelaide and beat us.
Yeah, right.
At the old Apollo Stadium, man. So they came here and beat us, man. Then, you know, we had, I don't know if you guys remember Coach King Cole with the flashy shoes. He had the big American car. And he had a nice talk with us, man, after that game, too, man. I think he the things he said, he kind of inspired us and motivated us, man, we got to go ahead and step up to the next plate. These guys is coming down here to get it done. So
you got a ring in your second year here.
Yeah, second year, man.
So which
was cool because, you know what, because after I left Adelaide, I went in 85, I went back to Mexico.
Oh.
And we won the national championship down there. So really, in less than 12 months, I won two championships.
In different parts of the world.
In different parts of the world, man. Yeah, so.
Oh, so you got off to a flying start.
Yeah. But then, you know, like most championships and all the rest of them, sometimes it's a long time in between drinks, man.
Yeah. So I guess that was my next question. Yeah. So you won in 86.
Yep.
And then what happened after that?
So we were very competitive for the next 10 years. And then Phil Smythe came in as coach. And
now,
I played with Phil
as
well. I played with Phil as well. And then he came in and got the coaching gig in 98. And then 98, 99, his first 2 years, man, we busted out. We went back to back, man. And I think most Adelaide teams in that 98 year, I believe, most of the Crows, the
netball team
won it. Yeah. It was like off the charts, man.
Because I actually remember I moved to Adelaide in 98.
Yeah.
And when I got here, you know, from Melbourne, everyone would kind of diss on Adelaide because it's like the little country town.
Yeah.
But the year that I got here, Adelaide won all the sporting events.
What I'm saying, man. We brought home the bacon. It was so cool, man. I mean, just seeing all the sporting clubs, man, represent SA, man, and get it done, man. It was such a cool time, man.
So what years did you play with Phil Smythe?
I played with Phil from 90, I think it's about 94 to 97.
And Brett Maher would have been in the fold then as well.
Yes, Brett Maher was with us. He was a young buck coming through, and he was doing work. was doing work.
Yeah, because I remember like when I landed in Melbourne in '92. By '93, I was following. I remember Southeast Melbourne Magic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that was the rivalry, man.
Man, I'm aware. I'm aware, man. Like Bruce Bolden. Who else was there? I think it was McDonald.
Yeah. Darryl McDonald.
Well, I think at that time Darryl McDonald played for the Giants.
Yeah, that's right. He eventually came over.
Yeah, and Rob Rose was playing,
that's right.
And he actually ended up playing for the Sixers later in his career, didn't he?
I played with Rob as well.
Yeah, wow.
I played with Rob as well.
So, 98 comes.
Yep.
You guys won another title.
Yep.
And then 99.
Yep.
Did you back to back or?
Back to back, yeah, we won it again. And we had a chance to go on a three-peat. I don't know if you remember back in 2000, man, we was playing Wollongong in Illawarra.
Yeah.
And it was a guy, they called a foul on Darnell May with about 3 seconds on the clock or something, right? On a 3-point shot. Now, still question the call. We ain't going to get into bringing all those old memories up. But anyway, what happened was that Darnell, they called a foul on Darnell on the 3. Now, we was up 2 at that stage. This guy went to the foul line. I've never seen the ball dance on the ring as much as that, man. That was unbelievable. Every shot, he took 3 shots, every one of them danced on the ring. We were just hoping one of them things fell out. And they danced on the ring, all 3 of them. And all of them went in.
You got knocked out.
Like bing, 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 bop, bing, 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 bop. And 3 of them, man. And that's how we lost. And we had a chance to go into getting the three-peat then.
And so what year was that one?
That was 2000.
Okay, 2000. So you won 98, 99. Yeah, just missed out 2000.
Yep.
But then you came back in 01.
01. Okay, so I retired then.
Oh, so that was the
year I retired. After that, yeah.
Did the way that you guys lost that, did that have anything to do with you?
Nah, you know what, man? At the end of the day, sometimes you just, I probably felt like I could have went with it because I was 40 then. So, physically I felt good, but sometimes you just got to know how to, when the changing of the guards is coming through, and be cool with that. And it was just that time, man. That's all, you know what I mean? And it would have been good for me because I really always used to say, my perfect career would have been great to go out with
a three-peat.
Yeah, with a championship, man. So, but that's sports for you, man.
So then, in total, how many rings did you end up getting in the NBL? You got 3. A total of 3.
Yeah.
So you still got your 3.
Yeah, I got my 3.
And one in Mexico.
Right. Yeah.
So then 2001 is, I guess, that was the first season where you weren't playing anymore.
Yep.
And that was when Darnell Mee, Kevin Brooks era.
Yeah.
There was that 01-02. Was that a back-to-back?
Well, what happened was that Willie Farley came in then.
That's right.
Willie Farley, yeah. So Willie Farley, and you know what, man? I truly think he was one of the best imports that ever come through Adelaide, man. He had some mad game, man.
Great, man.
Yeah, mad game. Yeah, and I think with him and Brett, they played very well, and I thought the whole chemistry around that team was very, very, very good. They had guys willing to put in the work, and then they had guys that know how to deliver when they need it. And and that team went on to win it. Yeah.
The lesson.